เราสั่งพิเศษหมดเลยป่ะ
แล้วก็จะเริ่มเกมการแข่งขันครับเพื่อเป็นการแสดงความจงรักภักดีต่อสถาบันชาติศาสนาพระมหากษัตริย์ขอทุกท่านโปรดยืนและร่วมกันร้องพี่น้องชาวโคราชเสียงปรบมือดังๆเป็นกำลังใจให้กับทีมเจ้าแมวพิฆาตสวรรค์แคทนครราชสีมาบ้านนาเอฟซี
เดี๋ยวนี้มันยิ่งเร็วอยู่เราจิตไม่มีใครมองเห็นแย่งกันแต่แย่งกันแต่แย่งกัน
ทุกท่านมากครับที่มารับชมเกมการแข่งขันกันมาให้กำลังใจแม้ว่าจะตกครับก็ไม่เป็นใจนะครับไปด้วยครับเสียงเราจะไปปรับปรุงแก้ไขแล้วมาสู้กันไปต่อไป
นกพี่ตาไม่ดีไม่ดี After we lost to
Yep. Drowning our sorrows. 2-0. Ratchaburi. Welcome back, gang. Deer's back there. You waiting to say something, Deer? Hi. Sunday fun day here in Knockdown House, Thailand. And we are headed over to the garden here in a bit. Trying to push me down the stairs?
Okay, change your
Wife's told me to change my shoes. It's a bit muddy out, I think, from that storm that just rolled through. I think it's still sprinkling a bit. Not much going on this weekend. What'd you say, dear? Hurricane? Really? Yeah. More like a typhoon. But anyway, not much going on this weekend. We went last night to see the old Swatcats, and we lost. And they got swatted. So yeah, they played Ratchaburi.
Yes.
And took a 2-0 pummeling, and we went and had an amazing meal after that, and then came back to the house. But then woke up this morning and caught the last bit of the fourth quarter of Ole Miss playing Georgia State, and they came out with a win. I think it was like 60-something to 7. You need to just leave those here, or need to take them with?
Leave in here.
Okay. But anywho, we're going to scoot on over to the garden, and maybe I'll get some footage over there if it's not pouring on us. See you in a bit. We are out at the garden. which is just down the road from one of the SUT gates. That's Suranari University of Technology. It's basically right up the road from here. But yeah, and I've done a few videos out here before. I'm just gonna watch where I'm stepping. There's probably snakes and shit out here. But it's a bit out in the boonies. It's actually not too far off of a main road, but it's not paved at all. And I wasn't sure that after that rain we weren't gonna need four-wheel drive coming down the road there. I'm still a little bit hesitant to bring the car down that road, but it wasn't too bad today. We came a few weeks back, well, probably a little over a month ago, and the vegetation was a lot thicker, and you could like feel it hitting the side of the, or hear it hitting the side of the truck. And that really messed with my brain because, or my OCD rather, because you know, you're taking like a $60,000 vehicle down a unimproved road. Well, I guess it's somewhat of an improved surface. But I guess eventually this will be paved. My mom-in-law met with some folks, I guess who's ever like in charge of this area or the roads out here, met with some folks a while back, and I think they came to the conclusion that they won't pave it until they have more people living out this way. And I say living, there is an address on this house. It's like official, and it's got its own electricity and Wi-Fi and all that good stuff, but it's not what you would call a freehold property, if you will, or a chanot, as they say in Thailand. It's farmland. So I think the deed on this land is Porbotorha, or PBT5, Porbotorha or Portoborha, one of those, maybe the same thing. But yeah, this is the adjacent land, which I think some of it's for sale, but it's not freehold either, and I think they wanted a pretty penny for it, like a couple of million baht. But it's what is it, 2 rai maybe? It's a fair amount of land. It's not freehold, which is why any land here in Karat that is freehold that comes with a chanot is pretty damn expensive. You know, 30,000, not 30,000. Yeah, 30,000 US roughly, or 32,000, or a million-ish baht for about a 100 and something darangwa plot of land. I think 130 was one of the plots that we were looking at. 130 darangwa. We were gonna try to get like 2 of those and put them together, and then maybe plot and scheme on building on it in the future. We may end up getting one of those, but it'll be a little while, since we just really got here and we're still trying to get settled. So yeah, let me spin you around real quick. So yeah, this is that land, and this is all farmland out here. So like I said, it's Porbotorha. And so ideally, like the long plan was this becomes a road down the side of the garden here. I'm not sure how wide, probably to like, I'm not sure if it's that stake or if it's that tree. I don't know if there's a more like precise marker. That's one of the drawbacks to some of this land out here, is that there's no like set, a lot of it's not GPS measured and everything, you know. It's kind of loosey-goosey. I think there might be a marker like buried somewhere up in that stuff, but unless that's a remnants of one down there. But anyway, it's not freehold. It's a farm plot that we bought with Tick's mom a few years back. And everybody's just out here kind of yard working today, or at least P Mark is. One or a few of these are like these yellow flowering plants that are real popular here in Thailand, and I think I planted that one and then one of the ones over here. No flowers on it right now. Some papaya trees that are doing pretty well. I think these are chilies. Come alai con me.
ไม่เอาปุ๋ยใส่
อะไรนะ เอา YouTube ไหมคนแม่ เอา YouTube ไหมเป็น เป็น
สวัสดีค่ะ
เป็น superstar YouTube. I think I planted something over here too. Maybe it was that guy. So this is what they call a knockdown house. And it's called that because they can knock it down off these stilts and rebuild, huh? They do, man? Oh. Do you need me to move? Bye, man. Oh. I think Mark's stirring up some rocks back here. That's why she's moving the car. Yeah, I know. I hear him. I hear him hitting the house. Whoa. This is the inside of the knockdown. A couple of bums in here hanging out right now. TV,ตู้เย็น ไปปลาไหม
ไม่ท้าเหรอไม่ท้า
ดูอะไร อ๋อ เล่นเกมเหรอ Yeah, but this is pretty much like a camp house. Or just a place to retreat when folks are out here working on the garden. Ooh, there is no AC down in this room, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's hot. It feels like our kitchen.
Good God.
There's Brother Mark back there. These trimmers over here, I don't know if that one has string on it. I don't think it does. That's probably just got a big blade on it. But it's more common here in Thailand for those trimmers to have a huge blade, like a damn machete on the bottom of it, as opposed to a string trimmer like we would be more accustomed to back in the States. With that said, everyone wears pants and shoes, or I would hope that they do when they're back here weed eating. We'll walk back there in a minute.
From the garden.
Can. Rồi mà. Fresh from the garden.
Nhưng xe dày của nó nhiều quá.
อะไรนะ
รีโนเวทใหม่นะ
ที่ไหน
นี่นะ
เคยหยอกเย้าเจ้าเล่นเคยกอดเคยหอมจมดอมทุกเช้าและเย็นเจ้าคงเบื่อเหม็นน่าไรผู้ชายใจซื่อจะเอาไปตองห้วยรวง
We've usually got some dogs from next door that come over and hang out. I don't see either of them today though. I've showed you this before, and this is a proper country Thai outhouse right here. Nothing fancy going on in here. It's not enclosed either, so yeah. So it's well water that they use out here. And I think that solar panel, I'm not going to use too far out in the yard because there's rocks flying everywhere. It's like waiting to get on the back of an osprey. But I believe that solar right there powers the pump, which pulls the water up into the tank. I think we're about to get some more rain based on this cool breeze that I feel. Buddy Cop! Night on. I'm not sure which tree the mangoes that she just grabbed came off of. It might be this one back here in the corner. They came and put a bunch of fill dirt in here. I guess a year-ish ago, maybe more than that. Man, and that stuff is just chock full of rocks. Look at that. Go mowing and hit that bad boy. Some banana trees. I think ideally we'd have like double this plot and like go into some of that, but I don't think just that little bit was for sale. I think they wanted to sell that whole lot. I don't know if it's still for sale or not, but it's pretty narrow. It's only across, I was thinking 10 meters at the narrowest, but I think maybe it's like 14-ish meters across. I think my mother-in-law thinks it's wider than that, but one, I don't think it is, and two, I think it gets narrower as it comes back down here, and it's kind of a long, just a long, narrow plot. So we've kicked around the idea of putting in a knockdown house kind of back here and really just use this space as like a little naturescape to come hang out and camp and have a little bonfire and stuff like that, which I still don't think is a bad idea. I think we're just not going to do it right now. Being that I'm about to go into that weird stage of like no paychecks. So my last active duty paycheck just came in, and then we're about to hit that 1 to 2 month gap or whatever before I start getting my military pension. And then shortly after that gap settles, I think like VA disability claim and all that should be sorted. So they'll start working on my VA claim tomorrow, 1 September, or it'll be the next day actually, because it's on American time. But 1 September US time frame, they'll start processing it. Of course, I went the BDD route. So all of my paperwork's by and large been processed. It's just kind of at a standstill until they process my DD 214 tomorrow or the next day on US time. I think the neighbors here were going to put a little pond in right on the other side of this fence. And then they've got some bamboo back there. I don't know when they planted that, but I don't know if you can see that now. You can probably see that right behind me, yeah. That bamboo shot up super quick, so that stuff makes a really good border. I think it just really hardens up the dirt though when you plant that stuff. Any bamboo experts out there? I don't know. Maybe we'll give it a whirl. Try that along the back wall or something. Really, yeah, just an awkward shaped piece of land. I don't know how much we could do with it. Tick likes to think that we do a more temporary knockdown kind of house, kind of long ways right here, and then maybe drive in, come down what will be the road here and pull in over here. One, I don't know, and two, there's like still crops right on the other side of the fence. So you can't just go plowing through their shit, can you? Anywho, let's ease back in here and see what everybody's doing.